Today we will discuss, in this material world, there is always some fear. Everybody is worried about something or another. Am I right? But at least we have one least worry now. We all had nice prasadam. So there is no worry of food. Prasadam, all good. We are fully filled up. Our belly is all good. So now we are discussing fearlessness. In today's program, we're going to dedicate onto the departed soul. What is his name, mother? Full name? Sanjay Patil. For his onward journey. Hare Krishna. I ask him for his mercy of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So now, fearfulness. Everybody is fearful. Is there anybody who is not fearful in this world? Can you raise your hand? Are you fearful or not fearful? You're fearful or not fearful? If you are not fearful, then raise your hands. If you are fearful, then it's alright. It's a natural condition of life to fear. Now, what is fearlessness? How to become fearless? How to become fearless? Can anybody say how to become fearless? If the children are distracting, let them sit in the next room, close the door. How to? Can anybody please? Okay. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a very nice discussion. You see, the demons, in this episode, the demons are always creating disturbance to devotees and the Lord Himself. And Krishna fights with many demons. He doesn't need to fight when his energies can fight for him. But here in this case, there were two very special demons who are actually his personal servants. So whenever Krishna wants to have rejuvenation, fighting spirit, his devotees, they come down from the spiritual world to the material world. And Jaya and Vijaya, those were his personal associates, doorkeepers, and Vaikuntha planets. There's a very nice pastime of how they came down to the material world from spiritual world. How they were cursed by the four Kumaras. It was a plan of the Lord to make sure that they come down to the material world and they become Krishna's enemies. You don't think you and me can become his enemies. You won't want to consider us. Krishna, I'm your enemy. All right. So what? Doesn't make much of a difference to me. Right? So this Jaya and Vijaya, his own personal associates, they became his enemies. The first one was Hiranyakashipu. The second one was Hiranyaksha. It's very interesting. They both were born, but the first seed was planted in the womb of the mother. That was Hiranyakashipu. Whenever there is a twins, you have twins, huh? So the first child coming out, no, I'm talking about the person behind you, not you. You're small. You're hardly, you're a small boy. Oh, young man. You can still have. Sorry. So, the first twin which comes out from the womb of the mother is considered the elder. Not according to Shastras. According to scripture, it is proved that in the womb, the seeds are planted from the husband, the womb of the mother, wife. So the first seed planted goes back, the second comes at the front, and the first child coming out of the womb is actually the younger child. Interesting, isn't it? All material science was taught differently. Now you learn. That's how, although Hiranyaksha came out first from the womb of Mother Diti, he is actually the second child, the younger one. The first one is Hiranyakashipu, who came later on. Now, Hiranyaksha, demons always want to create disturbance. You sit quietly in your home, you read Srimad Bhagavatam, and somebody's stomach will be paining. If you quietly do your work, satisfied in your work, do it very honestly, and your colleague will be very upset, envious, egoist. What is your problem? If you are getting $400 worth of, salary of $1,000 or $400, and you work for $1,000, give more, no harm, you should do more. Man, your neighbors will be very upset, your colleague will be very upset. Why are you working so hard? You're working. If you are honest, there will be difficulty. I don't know what it is, material world. So, here, this Hiranyaksha wanted to pick up a fight. All the demons ran helter and skelter, all the demigods, the devas, Indra, all running helter skelter. What to do now? So they approached Lord Vishnu to say, only you can save Lord Vishnu. Nobody can save. There's a big demon, Hiranyaksha. And that was a time when the earth was after devastation, full devastation, the earth was in the water of devastation, causal ocean. The earth full submerged. And Lord Brahma prayed to Vishnu to say, please get the earth out from the water of devastation. And you may think, what? What earth? What water? Which water it has gone? You don't know. We don't even know how electricity functions. So don't give me all this. We don't even know what's going on. And we think the government tells us everything. No, government doesn't tell you everything. The government tells you only those things which they want to tell you. Right? Very interesting. Very interesting. So, when the Lord Vishnu appeared as Lord Boar, Varahadev, and he went inside the water to pick up earth. That was a time, it is mentioned, that he also killed Hiranyaksha in that episode, bringing up the water, bring up the earth from the water of devastation. Just close the door, please. There's so much of disturbance for me. Thank you. So, Hiranyaksha, when all the demigods were afraid of him, he was constantly looking for something more. Who will fight with me? Ultimately, the personal servant of Krishna. So Varun Deva, he goes to Varun underwater, a Deva, water. He said, fight. Varun Deva said, I'm an old person. You don't have to fight with me. You go and search out somebody who is more better than me. Anybody else. So he's only one, the Vishnu. Search out Krishna, fight with him. But he warned him, you be careful because you will be killed, you will be destroyed. Just like the dogs will eat you. That's how it's going to be. But still, demon want to pick up fight. Always fighting. Even if they know they are going to be defeated. Have you seen this kind of people? Animals? I've seen. You seen it? Even they don't know they are going to be defeated, still they'll pick up a fight. You've seen them, huh? Wow. Wow. There are also pet dogs, small dogs. Like this, very nice loving dogs, puppy dogs. They are like this. The small dogs, they walk through it, but the moment they see you, they start barking you, bite with you. Or even other dogs, I've seen so many times. So the owners, when they're walking their small dogs, they're lovely. You say all sorts of noise. They'll bite your finger if you go close. They're very temperamental. So when they are walking, if you're coming from a front or you have a bigger dog coming, they will change. They will walk away from you. Because this dog will attack this dog also, bigger dog. And not realizing they'll be dead, just one bite and finish, but still, this is how they are. This is how it is. You see? So this tendency of fighting, demons will never let go. So that is how this Hiranyaksha is picked up a fight, and that's when Varahadev told him, go, search out for Lord Krishna. He is the best person to fight with you. More capable. So he went to Narad Muni and said, tell me where it is. And Narad Muni always wanted, he knew Narad Muni is his servant, and he wants to go back to Godhead after being killed by the Lord. God wants to fight. Here, he said, he is there, Krishna, right now, saving the earth, the water of devastation. Go now. So he goes inside. Now that's where Lord Krishna as Varahadev, Lord Bor, is picking up earth from the water, and this Hiranyaksha is challenging him. So there's an interaction going on, and in that interaction there's a challenge, counter challenge, and then Hiranyaksha throws his mace on Krishna. Such a big demon, How will do that? At that time, Vishnu, he dodges this. We are going to discuss this episode, how he dodged the mace and what is the instructions from that fighting, this particular episode of this thing where he dodged the mace, and how devotees are fearless, just like the Lord, by Lord's mercy. We'll discuss that. So we are now, this particular pastime is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 18, verse 15. I'll just read quickly the words, so we will cover a few things. So listen very carefully. Bhagavamstu gada vegam vishrustam rupeno rasi avanchayat tiraschino yogarudha ivantakam. Word to word synonyms, translations and purpose by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please repeat after me. You can repeat this. Bhagavan, the Lord. Tu, however. Gada Vegam, the blow of the mace. The mace, Gada. Vishrustam, throne. Ripuna, by the enemy. Urasi, at his breast. Avanchayat, dodged. Tiraschina, aside. Yoga arudha, an accomplished yogi. Eva, like. Antakam, death. Antakam, end, death. So the Lord, however, the blow of the mace thrown by the enemy at his breast, dodged aside. An accomplished yogi, like death. Translation, listen very carefully. The Lord, however, by moving slightly, when the mace was thrown at him, the Lord, however, by moving slightly aside, dodged the violent mace blow aimed at his breast by the enemy, just as an accomplished yogi would elude death. It's very interesting. So here, we're talking about, first thing is when the Lord is dodging the mace which has been thrown at him. Second thing is that just as an accomplished yogi would elude death, who can elude death? Circumvent death. Everybody has to die. But here it is mentioned that just like a yogi who is very accomplished, Siddha yogi, especially a devotee of the Lord, Bhakti yogi, how can he dodge death? These 2 points have to be understood. Yeah? In the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives a very fairy purport here. The example is given herein that a perfect yogi can overcome a death blow, although it is offered by the laws of nature. So everybody has to die. But a perfect yogi can avoid it, overcome the death blow, overcome it. It is useless for a demon to beat the transcendental body of the Lord with a powerful mace, for no one can surpass his prowess. The second point. Then those who are advanced transcendentalists are free from the laws of nature, and even a death blow cannot act on them. The third point. Superficially, it may be seen that a yogi is attacked by a death blow, but by the grace of the Lord, he can overcome many such attacks for the service of the Lord. Fourth point. As the Lord exists by his own independent prowess, by the grace of the Lord, the devotees also exist for his service. Fifth point. This is the purpose. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just see here that we have here the Lord. Obviously, he is transcendental, Krishna. Nobody can kill him. But here it is mentioned that even yogis, devotees, can also avoid death blow if they want to. How is it possible? How is it practical? Just like the prowess of the Lord, similarly, devotees also their prowess. How is it possible? You tell me. Fear. How does fear come in a living being? When does the fear come in a living being? Anybody please?
Brain, thought.
Thought? Okay, alright. Anybody? When does one become fearful? Fear stems from where? Attachment. Fear comes only from attachment. If you are detached, you are not fearful. You are fearless. Is it not so? Let's take a very simple practical example. If I am doing one job, going to work, earning some money, my mortgage is paid, family has been taken care of, I'm doing my job. Now if my job is taken away, I'm very fearful. Boss says, I'll kick you out of the job. Oh, no boss. Do this, okay, I'm doing it. Right? But if I already have the next job lined up, if I already have a next job there, boss says, I will kick you. Then I'll kick you. Go and go away. You're fearless. Material world. Similarly, for a perfect yogi and an ordinary person, ordinary people fear death. Why? Because they don't know what happens after that. They think they are leaving family members away. Oh, this is going to go. Oh, I'm going to leave this. Oh, they don't even know. Leave what? But imagine if a person knows after death, where is he going? Will there be fear?
No.
When you know, I know where I'm going. Have a great life. Hare Krishna. There you go. This is how it happened. I was seeing people doing it. Perfect devotees of Krishna. This is it. We'll meet again. This is what happened. Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, when Maharaj departed, this is what Maharaj said last words. We will meet again. What parts us is only time. All by the instructions of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada's teachings. You see, this is how Maharaj said, final words. I was there. Maharaj told us, me, everybody, all disciples. We are going to meet again. What parts us is only time. I said, Maharaj, long time for me. I don't know when I'll come back to God or wherever it is. But fearlessness. Imagine this. If all of us sitting here are fearless, only what makes us fear is attachment. Right? Now, this fearlessness, when one person becomes fearless, then it becomes his pious duty to make sure that he or she makes others also fearless. Is it not so? Because in the material world, everybody is fearful. So when one becomes fearless, detached, by attaching to Krishna, he becomes a guru. He is qualified to become a guru. And then he will make others fearless. Otherwise, what is the point in him becoming fearless only himself? Then he is fearful. Then he is attached. Oh, I am okay. I will not give you the information. I will keep information to myself. Right? No. Srila Prabhupada gives information to everybody. And there are so many devotees around the world today who are fearless, who read Srimad Bhagavatam and perfect their lives. You see, on the 4th canto, this topic about fearlessness and qualification of a sannyasi guru is given here. I'll just read the verse here, okay? 4:29-51. Savai priyatamas chatma yato na bhayam anvapi iti veda savai vidvan yo vidvan sa gurur harihi. Now these references, I want to thank my dear god brother from Abu Dhabi. He has given some references I picked up, I was doing my research, all knowledge to him. Suvarna, his second name is Suvarna, thanks to him. Hare Krishna. So, here it says, one who is engaged in devotional service has not the least fear in material existence. First point. So who doesn't have any fear? One who is engaged in bhakti, devotional service to Krishna, has no fear in the material world. If you are fearful after doing bhakti, that means there's something wrong. It's mixed bhakti. You are doing bhakti, all right, you chant your rounds, we chant our rounds, we do our Mangal Arati. But if you are fearful, that means we are a bit away to that extent. Mishran bhakti, mixed bhakti. But if we are pure in our surrender to Krishna completely and detached, we will be fearless. So, one who is engaged in devotional service has not the least fear in material existence. This is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a super soul and friend of everyone. He knows this. One who knows this secret is actually educated. Third point. And one thus educated can become the spiritual master of the world. Fourth point. One who is an actual bona fide spiritual master, representative of Krishna, is non-different from Krishna. You see? That is why they can dodge death. They are not afraid of death. They are going to die. Everybody dies. But dodging death meaning what? Not being afraid of death. You see? So, one who is engaged in devotional service has not the least fear in material existence. This is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a super soul and friend of everyone. Paramatma in the heart. He's realized it. The super soul is within my heart and everyone's heart. And he's a friend of everyone. Suhrutam Sarvabhutanam. Suhrat, intimate friend. One who knows this secret is actually educated. Rest all education is useless if you don't have this education to become fearless. Otherwise everything becomes fearful. Your internet closes down, you're fearful. I don't want to work, I don't know how to work. Die. Technology holiday for a few hours is enough. 3 hours, done. After that, you will die. I will commit suicide. That's how it is. So one who knows this secret of the super soul is actually educated. And one thus educated can become the spiritual master of the world. And one who is actually bona fide spiritual master, representative of Krishna, is not different from him. So if anybody claims himself to be guru, first qualification is fearless. Then he can become. And he becomes fearless when he knows after death, where am I going to go? Exactly. Knows exactly where you're going to go. There is a purpose of this human existence. The purpose of human existence, purpose of life is not to grow up, study, make money, enjoy, have sex, have children, have politics, make your house, pay a mortgage and go to sleep and die. That is not the purpose of life. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending is not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to know what happens in life and what happens after I die. Where will I go? Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Krishna says this. At the end of life, when anyone remembers me, means Krishna, he will come back to me, means Krishna, in his abode. And we can then joyfully dance and play with him as he does. That is the purpose of life. So fearlessness. Now, this is still theory. We understood who can become fearless. We understood how one can become fearless, knowing Paramatma, Super Soul of Krishna, who is friend of everyone. And that education, when one perfects it, then he can become a guru, bona fide guru, right? Now, what is a practical example of it? Can you tell me one practical example? Here it is. In the 7th canto, we have a great guru, Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj's father is a demon, the original demon, Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyaksha is a younger demon who is fighting here with Lord Varahadev. But his elder brother who came next to him in the material world, Hiranyakashipu, is father of poor Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee of Krishna, one of the Mahajans. His father is a demon. Again, when he was creating havoc, Hiranyakashipu, conquering all the worlds, all the demigods went again to Krishna. Please help. So Vishnu says, don't worry. This time, my devotee is going to come in the womb of his wife and he will protect everybody. Don't worry about it. So that's why when his wife, what is the name of Prahlad Maharaj's wife? Mother Kayadu. Mother Kayadu. So Mother Kayadu was bearing Prahlad Maharaj. Narad Muni quietly took her. Indra took her. And Narad Muni instructed Srimad Bhagavatam to her. That's how Prahlad Maharaj got completely liberated. At 5 years of age, he is a guru. Fearless. We talked about fearless in practical example. Fearless in practice. Here it is. In the 7th canto, chapter 5, verse 46 and 47, when his father was hassling him too much, wanted to kill him, this verse is there. Vartamano vidure vai balopi ajad dhirayam na vismarati na anaryam shunah shepa iva prabhu. You see? Ajad dhihi, the second line, Vartamano avadure vai vidure vai balo api ajar dhir ayam ajar dhihi, meaning what? Complete fearlessness. This is important in this verse. Prahlad Maharaj manifested complete fearlessness. So, this is a translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Listen very carefully. Although he is very near to me, Hiranyakashipu, his father, is seeing. When he is beating, he is killing his son, Prahlad Maharaj, he is thinking. Because Prahlad Maharaj is fearless. So Hiranyakashipu is thinking, although he is very near to me and is merely a child, he is situated in complete fearlessness. Ajardhi. He resembles a dog's curved tail, which can never be straightened, because he never forgets my misbehavior and his connection with his master, Lord Vishnu. You see, the saying of dog's tail is always, not straight, comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, original source here. So for a devotee, he is not going to change. Devotee is always going to love Krishna. How are you going to be fearless? My God. You know? Now we say that somebody is bad, is going to remain bad. You see, a material example is different. But originally it is, somebody is so good, he's not going to become bad. So here, while being killed and attacked by Hiranyakashipu, he's thinking, 5-year-old child, how can he defend? How can our children defend themselves? Nothing at all. So although he is very near to me and is merely a child, he is situated in complete fearlessness. First point. He resembles a dog's curved tail which can never be straightened. Because, gives a reason. Why like this? Because he never forgets my misbehavior and his connection with his master, Lord Vishnu. This is the point. Always, what is the principle of Krishna consciousness? Always remember Krishna and never forget him. These two principles. Never forget him. Always remember Krishna and never forget him. Now, next verse says, I can see, he's still thinking, further thinking, I can see that this boy's strength is unlimited. Let's see. For he has not feared any of my punishments. He appears immortal. Therefore, because of my enmity toward him, I shall die. Or maybe this will not take place. Just by this fearlessness, Prabhupada says, I don't worry you. I worry about Krishna. He completely overpowered his father, who had the whole army to defeat him. Throwing down in a pit of snakes, throwing from a mountain down, demons hassling him with bows and arrows, killing him, putting him in fire. Imagine this. Yeah, putting him in fire. Now we have got Holika, been killed. So he's saying, I can see that this boy's strength is unlimited. What makes him think like this? For he is not feared any of my punishments. Just this point. So if we also are fearless because of our attachment to Krishna, then our strength will become unlimited. Why is it so? How can our strength become unlimited? We cannot have unlimited strength. But what will happen is, our opponent's strength is only limited. And we can tolerate everything that he gives us. Because we are fearless. This is the point to be understood. As compared to the person who is giving trouble, we become fearless. And that's why I will think that our strength is unlimited. I can see that his boy's strength is unlimited, for he has not feared any of my punishments. He appears immortal. Things like this. Man, he's going to live forever. Therefore, because of my enmity toward him, I shall die. Or maybe this will not take place. He's very confused after that. It's in practice, fearlessness. So far we discussed fear, how the Lord's devotees are also fearless and can overcome death, meaning become fearless for death. It's overcoming death, conquering death, it's fear coming. They're not being fearing death at all. Then we saw how practically, when somebody becomes fearless of death, what will other person think? What will he think? What does he show? We have seen that. Now let us see, for those who are fearless, those sannyasis, to become guru, Srila Prabhupada gives instructions. What should they act like? And who is a sannyasi? Who is a sannyasi? Don't think sannyasi means one who is wearing shepherd clothes. Of course they are sannyasi. They are, this is their social, the spiritual status. No problem. That's all right. But all of us have to become sannyasi. Sannyasi meaning what? Renounced order of life. Why can't we be renounced even in any order of life? We can be renounced even as a brahmachari, as a grihastha, as a vanaprastha, sannyasi. You can be student and still be detached. Is it not so? So don't be fooled. Srimad Bhagavatam does not teach you to be shedding under a rock to say, this is not for me, I'm not a sannyasi. No. Everybody has to become. Everybody has to become sannyasi. Sannyasi meaning one who is detached, one who has given up this material world. So we live in this material world. We have got relationships with people, but at the same time, it's a skill how one is detached and carry on with life. That is what we teach in these programs. The step-by-step method. You cannot jump. You cannot jump. Jumping means you will not be able to understand a single thing. Understand meaning practically implement it. You will hear it, but you cannot implement it. Because implementation, first step is important. Walk. If you are crawling, then walking, then running. That is why it's very critical to go step by step information. So now we will see those who are this sannyasi, what are instructions by Srila Prabhupada to them. These instructions, a sannyasi guru should be fearless, the topic. This is in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, verse 1 to 3. The purport, it's a big purport, very beautiful purport. These are qualities of devotees, Krishna says. And in that, Prabhupada is giving examples and giving information about few qualities. And for fearlessness, for sannyasis, Prabhupada writes. So sannyasi, Srila Prabhupada says, for a sannyasi, the first qualification should be fearlessness. So if you are a sannyasi in a spiritual order, you will be fearless. Now what, how? Because a sannyasi has to be alone, without any support or guarantee of support. He has simply to depend on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Remember this point. Not that you've got so many people surrounding you and that you got, no. One, if you're accepting sannyas order, you have to be ready to face any situation. Because you're not supposed to earn money. You cannot even beg money. Nothing. You just have to give knowledge. And people will give you information and give you like the donation, that's fine. But you don't depend on anybody else except Krishna. Prabhupada writes here. For a sannyasi, the first qualification should be fearlessness. Because a sannyasi has to be alone without any support or guarantee of support. He has simply to depend on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one thinks, what does he think? After I leave my connections, the family, who will protect me? He should not accept the renounced order of life. The renounced order should not be accepted. One must be fully convinced that Krishna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his localized aspect as Paramatma, the Super Soul, same point, is always within. That he is seeing everything and he always knows what one intends to do. One must have firm conviction that Krishna as Paramatma will take care of a soul surrendered to him. I shall never be alone, one should think. Even if I live in the darkest regions of a forest, I shall be accompanied by Krishna and he will give me all protection. That conviction is called abhayam, meaning fearlessness. This state of mind is necessary for a person in the renounced order of life. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. So either of this, if we are not practicing, then we are not a sannyasi, we are not a guru. And everybody who is in touch with Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada makes them, brings them to the platform of a sannyasi and guru. Everybody. So the first thing is for every living being, devotee, is to become devoted to Krishna. And being devoted to Krishna, one becomes fearless. Then by being fearless, there is a top education. And then one has to give an education. Here we come back to the verse which we started discussion with. The Lord, however, by moving slightly aside, dodged the violent mace blow aimed at his breast by the enemy. Just as an accomplished yogi will elude death. The verse which we discussed, understanding this, is that one who is engaged in devotional service has not the least fear in material existence. This is because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the super soul and friend to everyone. One who knows this secret is actually educated. And one thus educated can become the spiritual master of the world. One who is an actual bona fide spiritual master, representative of Krishna, is not different than Krishna. Is this clear? Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.